Oh, can I tell you my idea for a game? It's
Sure.
slightly controversial, but
Sure.
not in like a...
So this is one we might be able to do today.
Maybe.
Okay.
A bad names draft.
Okay.
So like
Clarence.
when you think of the worst names, like what would be your first pick for a bad name?
Well, my thing is most bad names are old names. Ethel.
Yeah, that's a rough one.
Yeah, it's a rough name.
Gertrude is a classic.
Gertrude is a classic. So most of my bad names are going to be...
You got any guy bad names? Oh my god, there's so many of them.
Are
they fucking in this room?
I don't know, probably. There is Clarence. I don't know. Do you fuck with Reginald? It's dapper. But
I do fuck with Reginald. That's a good name in my opinion.
Really?
Yes. Because you can go by Reggie.
You can go by Reggie.
If you can do
Reggie's a dope name.
Yeah, if you can do a good nickname out of it, then that saves you.
Wow, you're right.
But like Clarence, what do you? You can't be Claire.
Gladys.
Lance?
No, like Clarence should be like Lance.
Lance.
Clarence.
What's your name? Lance. I know a Lowry.
I don't know if you can derive Lance from Clarence.
I know a Lowry.
Lowry?
His name's Lowry. Like the salt. Like the seasoning. Like
Yeah.
Lowry's. His name's Lowry. He goes by his middle name, Elias.
Elias?
Yeah.
That's a cool name.
Yeah. Lowry Elias Arnold.
That's really rough.
They decided to give him a really fucking weird first name and then a totally normal...
It's like a tongue twister though if you say his full name.
Lowry Elias Arnold.
Laura Alliance.
Lowry Elias.
I don't know if Elias is a normal name.
Elias?
It's a cool name. I don't know if it's a normal name.
It's
never met
more
an
rare,
Elias.
but
Yeah,
like
I've never met an
it
Elias.
feels good.
It does feel good. I like it.
Yeah, Elias.
Where are we on like Bob?
Bob has found its way out.
Yeah.
I think Bob in the early 2000s really hit its
Poppin',
peak
yeah.
as like a funny humor, like a mustache pickle meme.
Yeah.
Like a
The Builder.
yeah,
Builder,
the
yeah.
builder, Bob the Builder sealed the
Yeah.
fate on the name.
I think Bob Duncan was like, that's it.
Really,
This is our last Bob.
Belcher.
Fuck you.
He's still doing it. He's still running the gambit.
He's really killing it. Yeah. Damn. You got me on that.
There we
Bob
go.
Belcher.
There we go.
You can also be Robert.
Yeah,
Or Robbie.
that's very
Or
sophisticated.
Rob.
I know Rob.
Bobby.
I know a Rob. Bobby. Bobby's okay.
I had an Uncle Bobby.
Depends
I
on
have
your
an
name.
Uncle Bobby.
Uncle Bobby, you just went up like 10 notches. But if you never become an uncle, you're fucked with Bobby.
You're fucked. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode. Whoa!
Yeah,
oh, hear me out!
We've never
Hear me
done
out!
it before.
Hear me out!
We've never done it before.
Another episode. Another is a descriptory word. It's not an adjective. Is it an adjective? Another. No.
I'm wondering if we've done it before.
No, there's no way I've just done another.
No. You did.
Are you talking about like episode 2 or 3?
No. You did one where you were like, "Welcome back to a new episode."
Yeah.
Another new episode or something like that. Where you're like, I can just say new. It's a descriptor. So no, I don't think you've ever said another episode.
Another is a determiner, or it can be used as a pronoun, but another is used as a determiner, which is a form of language I've never heard of before right
Neither.
now. Yeah.
Yeah, you got your adjectives, your nouns, your verbs. Your
It's not an
determiners.
adjective, so does it fit the script?
Sure.
Bro,
There's no script.
just welcome back to another episode of Anything But
Fuck it.
Politics.
Fuck it.
If this is someone's first episode, they're going to be like, why are they making such a fucking big deal over it? There are 80 some of these episodes. Why is he freaking out that there's another one? This is another one, isn't it?
It
My
sure
name's
is.
Jim. Oh, you know what I have thought about changing about
What?
the opening? I'm Jim. I
Nice.
don't know why my last name needs to be said.
My name is Jim.
It doesn't quite matter, does it?
My name's Jim.
It's too formal for me. It's too formal. Why do you have to know my full name?
My name is James
my name's,
Altman
my
the
name's
third.
Jim Radford Altman
Jimmy.
the third.
Name's Jimmy.
I'm Jim. Hey guys, I'm Jim. That's how they know me.
Yeah, they
It's
do
not
know
like
you as
people
Jim.
are gonna like meet me and be like,
Hey,
"Oh my god, are you Jim
Are
Altman?"
you Jim Altman? It's
From
Jim.
the ABP podcast. Is that Jim Altman? Hey, is that Jim Altman?
Is that Jim Altman? No,
I love the idea.
Hey, is that Jim?
Distractable talked about this a little bit. Different podcasts. They were just like, I love the idea of someone being recognized in public, but just for their podcasting voice. Like, I'm sorry, can you say hello, everybody, just for me, real quick? Are you Jim Altman? Like, no. But like, this whole show is like, let's sit down, let's be friends, let's talk, and the
Yeah.
audience is part of that friendship, and
Yeah.
we're all just chilling together.
Yeah.
I don't want it to be so formal as to be like, hey guys, it's me, Jim Altman.
You
It's
can just say
hey
Jim.
guys, welcome back. It's Jim.
Jim.
It's Jim. Welcome back.
Wow.
And I'm here with
Wow.
Jim and Wow.
Jim and Wow.
Jimin?
Jim and
BTS? We should do an episode on BTS.
I don't know anything about them.
Neither do I, and that's why we should do an episode on them. Why?
Scary fan base.
No.
Oh, that's
we
true.
get
No.
the fan base.
I don't know if we do.
we just suck BTS off, and we're like, God, best band since the Beatles. Like,
Wow.
I don't know. I have no opinion.
BTS?
I've never even heard a song.
Me either. No, I've heard one.
Really?
We listened to one together.
Did we?
We did on an episode
Because we talked about the
Because we
fact that we had
talked about-
never heard a song.
because we talked about the BTS meal at McDonald's.
Oh yeah, that was fucking delicious. I'm hungry.
I'm hungry too, but I
And
never tried it.
the chili sauce that they had for it was fucking immaculate.
I'm not wearing my glasses.
Oh, you ever thought about getting LASIK?
I have.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was a TV for the past 20 minutes.
Oh,
What is
okay.
that? What is it?
It's a
Is there a
pin board.
chalkboard?
Just a pin board. You pin things in it.
It's not a TV.
That's why there are pins in the bottom. The push pins. You see them?
No.
Okay, that's okay. There are push pins on the bottom left. Do you need your glasses? Are they gonna have too much glare? Do you own contacts?
I can't wear contacts.
You're right. Your eyes are too salty. We
Eyes are
talk
too
about this
salty.
every time we get together.
Bro, I went and played basketball a little while ago, and then I went to work, and my dentist? My dentist? My boss? Did I start saying D? Did I start to say my...
No, sure.
Did I? I did. I was just about to say my dentist. I went to work, and my boss
Yeah.
was like, dude, you have like a shitload of dandruff. And I said, excuse me?
Yeah.
He was like, in the back of your head.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, there's no way I don't have dandruff. That's
Yeah.
like a very serious skin condition that needs to be like diagnosed and treated.
I don't think that's true.
It is true.
I think you can have like intense dandruff issues, but like if you use shampoo wrong, I think you could just like get dandruff.
There's a difference between dandruff and dead skin. Dandruff isn't dead skin.
Really?
Really. I learned this from my hairdresser.
I thought dandruff was just like something that
I
can
thought-
be a very intense condition
I thought so too.
that you need like Head and Shoulders special medicine
Yeah,
shampoo
nope.
for.
I thought so too. No, dead skin is different from, because I have dead skin all day long because
Wow.
I just am prone to dead skin. But yeah, there's dry scalp, and then there's dandruff is a different thing.
Sometimes you say shit and I'm just like, it's probably the CF. Whatever he's saying, it's probably just his terminal illness.
But yeah, he was like, you've got a shitload of dandruff. And I was like, there's no way. I said, it's probably dead skin. And then I thought about it. I was like, no, because I didn't shower before or after playing basketball. I had like a damn salt mine just
Really?
all draped down the back of my head and all down my neck.
Wow, because you're very salty.
When it dries, it crystallizes.
That's kind of sick, honestly.
It is pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. Like it'll be it'll look like a legit salt mine on my arm
That's so crazy.
if I sweat enough.
Salty-
I don't sweat much though.
Salty man.
Salty man.
What does Leah say? Are you salty to kiss? Are you a salty kiss?
I didn't know you were going to kiss, and I was like, whoa. I probably am when I'm sweaty,
Oh.
but we don't kiss much when I'm sweaty.
Oh.
I'm also just rarely sweaty.
Huh.
I mean, if I'm
I don't sweat
sweaty,
too
if
much.
I'm sweaty and I went up to kiss her, she wouldn't be like, "Get the fuck away from me."
Yeah, I really, really have to work up a sweat to
Yeah.
be sweaty.
Yeah. I really only get sweaty like when I'm like either playing basketball for hours out in the sun
Mm-hmm.
or I'm like doing a really, really intense like hour-long workout.
I think I sweat more when I'm on my meds.
Really? Does it make you sweaty? Like, is that one of the symptoms?
Hold on just a moment.
Side
Hold on
effects?
just a brief moment. I also kind of want to do this. So,
Okay.
are
do
you
it.
okay with being wow? Because I said I'm here with, and you said wow, and that's just where we landed.
Sure, I don't care.
Okay, so we're
'Cause
here.
I have jokes. I have plenty of jokes for that for later.
We're here with Jim and Wow, and I kind of want to start giving a mini descript.
Okay.
Just for new people.
Sure.
And just as a way to, because right now, here's what we've done. We've introduced ourselves. Hi, I'm Jim. Hey, this is Christian. And
Wow.
we're talking now. We're automatically into it.
Yeah.
And that's not a bad thing, especially if you already know what our show is.
Yeah.
But I think it would make for an easier, okay, we're back with ABP and we're like back into it. It would be less harsh if it was like, I'm Jim, this is Christian. Welcome back to your favorite weekly podcast where we talk about anything in politics, a little comedy bit, you know.
As long as it's not like
I haven't written it out yet.
As long as it's not crazy long, but like Trauma Tuesdays does a good job with it whenever they
your
put
favorite
out stuff ever.
What is it? Your neighborhood hot messes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm Rachel, this is Keegan, and this is Sydney. And then they get straight through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you ready for their monthly episode? Because they were back in the studio.
Is it monthly? Are they up to monthly?
Bi-monthly.
Yeah.
Are you ready for your bi-monthly episode?
That's every other
Tuesdays?
month. That's every other month, not twice a month.
Yeah, that is every other month. I hate bi.
Yeah, bi-weekly and bi-monthly is the same thing.
I would say I'm biphobic, actually, because I just hate it so much.
Yeah, that doesn't have any other meanings. So, yeah. That's...
I went through the Rolodex of meanings in my head, and...
There's only one.
There's only one. Definitely not offensive there.
Have you ever seen that guy who does, like, accidental offensive jokes? Like, he'll say something that's like...
I've seen these two guys on TikTok, and they're in, like neighborhood watch, like, yellow reflective vests.
Dude, those guys are fucking hilarious.
I fucking love
Dude, those guys are hilarious.
Yeah, it, like, accidentally insensitive jokes.
Yeah, no, like, so, like, a big one was, like, you're aware with the male gaze?
Yeah.
He was talking something about it, was like, hating the male gaze or something like that, and then he's like, wait a second, and it's just a very funny bit that he does, and he does that with a shitload of stuff. It's very funny.
We never get to hear about the female gays. They matter too.
Absolutely.
I mean, pride is pride.
Damn straight.
So
all gays matter.
All gays matter. So what?
Yeah.
So I do sweat. I do think I sweat more with my meds because I work more. Here's my thing. I will say this. I haven't been on my medication that I've been prescribed for about 5 or 6 years in about 10 months. Just never took one because I didn't have it. Because my medication is often abused. It's an abused substance.
Are you okay with saying it out loud?
Yes, actually.
I'm curious what it is.
Actually, so this is very interesting. So for about 5 years, we could talk about this. This will open us up, and then we'll get into whatever.
Love it.
But for about 5 years, I was prescribed Vyvanse.
I don't know if I've ever heard of that one.
It's its own medication. It does not have a generic form, and it is just for ADHD, which I was diagnosed with when I was like, I believe 16 or 17. And I talked to my doctor, and my doctor had a very good mentality about it. He was just kind of along the lines of, he was like, hey, I'm kind of a physically sick doctor. Like if you had a cough, I could write you a prescription.
Oh.
He's like, if you don't mind seeing a therapist and like getting diagnosed through her, a professional in that field, then I'd love to help you with whatever medicinal therapy you are interested in doing. And you can talk about that with her if medicinal therapy is the way you want to go. And for a while, I did in-person therapy and medicinal. Like I went ahead and got on the medication, but I also had a couple therapy sessions. I went for a couple months. It was nice.
Oh, that's awesome.
She threw a pillow at me once. We'll tell that story another day.
That happens. I've actually heard a lot of stories about pillows being thrown at.
It taught me stuff.
From their therapist.
Like it wasn't she was mad at me. She used it to teach me something.
Is that like lesson 7 when you go to therapist school? I don't know what you could do to.
You throw a pillow at your client. It teaches them stuff.
All right, today we're going to be learning about throwing shit at our clients.
Make sure they can catch it.
Yeah.
Make sure it's soft.
Yep.
But we could talk about that another time. It was a very interesting moment. It taught me a very good lesson as well.
Yeah, I know the lesson. It's a really good one.
That therapist was like, buddy, you have it bad. You've got it real bad.
Yeah. And you were like, what?
Yeah, exactly. I was like, I've got what real bad? Who are you? Where am I? But so she was like, no, I would definitely recommend that if you're comfortable with like using medicine for this, we'll go ahead and put you on like a medication for it. So I went back to my doctor and he's like, okay, we'll do Vyvanse. We'll start with the lowest dose and work up as needed. 10 milligrams did nothing. I believe, and I'm not even going to look it up. I want to look up less shit, and I want to be more comfortable with being wrong about stuff, because I think looking stuff up really takes me out of storytelling.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say I think 70 milligrams is the highest possible dose you can get of this stuff.
Are you sure that's true?
Yes, actually, I'd put my life on it.
Wow. You went from, I'm not going to look it up because I'm going to be comfortable with being wrong. And you're
I
like,
am comfortable
actually, I'll die if I'm wrong.
I'm comfortable with being wrong. I'm comfortable with death. Bring it. But really, I think 70 milligrams is the highest dose you can get of this stuff. 10 did nearly nothing. 20, I was like, I can tell what this is trying to do to me, and it's what I need.
That's
I can
positive.
tell that this medication works. It's just a matter of getting more, because right now it's trying to do something
Yeah.
to me, and I can feel it,
Yeah.
but it's not working. So I don't know if this is normal. We did go straight to 40. We just kind of
You
skipped
just
30.
Doubled it again.
Yeah.
Doubling it the first time didn't work. Let's double it again.
Yeah. So if that was too much, we would have pulled back.
Right.
Because I think 30 milligrams is a dose you can get. I don't think they like skip 30.
Yeah.
But we did skip 30. We went straight to 40. And at the age I was at the time, 16, 17, I needed that. I was in school. You know, I had a
Yeah.
lot of things I needed to focus on. I had homework I needed to focus on at home. And a 40 is just what I needed. And I hate to say that I cheated, but what standardized test did you take? Were you an ACT or SAT guy?
I didn't take either.
You took neither?
I did the PSAT and I said, I'm going to bounce on this. I'm good.
Wow.
Well, I had made my decision I'm not going to college. So they were
No,
like,
that's
well, then why the fuck do you
completely
need to
fair.
take it?
That's completely fair.
So, I could have gotten an 800 or I could have gotten a 1200. I have no fucking clue.
I think I've taken it 9 times.
Wow. Isn't it like $150 to take it each time?
Like 30 or 40.
Oh. Still.
Yes, I took it pretty much yearly since I was in the 7th grade.
Why?
Because in the 7th grade,
Why didn't
they
you start
looked...
with PSAT?
I did ACT.
Oh, that makes sense.
I did the ACT, and in 7th grade, my state scores for the state assessment were at such a percentile that Duke University has this thing where they sponsor letting young intellectual kids take a college readiness test.
Here we go. Humble brag.
Well, I did. Hey, gentle reminder that I was unable to complete 1 semester of college. So I took it in the 7th grade and scored, I believe, like a 19 out of 36.
Okay.
For a fucking 7th grader, I mean, damn,
Yeah,
sure.
That's pretty good.
Why the hell
You're like,
not?
You're like 11? 12?
Like 12.
Wow. Yeah.
So I pretty much took it yearly from then on out because, I mean,
Why not?
hey, this show is intended for a more mature audience. Our primary age range is like 18 to 22. Like,
Oh.
that's our demographic. That's who's watching us most.
Yeah.
But I know that we are going to have some younger listeners. So I'm just going to say, hey, first off, it doesn't matter as much as you think it does. Nothing matters as much as you think it does. It's okay. Don't stress about it. But if that's something you want to do and you want to do good at, and that's something you want, then my best recommendation for the ACT is literally just take it more than once. There's no better way to score higher than just to get good at taking the test.
Because they don't take into, once you take it again, the whatever you took before doesn't fucking matter.
They never see it. They only
Yeah.
ever look at your highest score.
Yeah.
So, it's just getting good at taking the test. Like, for the science portion of the test, you don't need to know shit about science. You just need to know how to read charts.
Isn't that kind of a not great way to take a test?
No, it's the worst way to take a test. Standardized tests is the worst way to test
Yeah.
a group of people because it's a
Yeah.
group of individuals and you're giving them one test and it's just not right.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
Yeah, it's a crock of bullshit, but it's fine. So I took it 10 times. So I took it pretty much yearly. Here I was, the 8th grader, taking it among like high school seniors. And because the first time, because it was like through this whole program, I got to do it at my own school.
So you're telling me, I just want to
Yeah.
just
No.
set this really quick.
We're
I'm
going to
so
recap.
sorry.
We're going to make sure we know where we are before we move forward.
You get to take the test for free.
In 7th grade, yes.
Oh, you didn't get to take. Okay.
Not every time.
Could you have taken it 10 times in 7th grade?
No.
Okay.
They sponsor the one time. It's
Gotcha.
one testing day.
Fair enough.
Everyone who's part of that program from that school gets to go to one classroom, do the test, and that's their school day.
Okay, so then I'll say this. You have a lot of money at your disposal. Not you. A person.
Let's say one has
Person
lots of
A,
money.
person A has is in a part of a family that has a lot of money at their disposal.
Yeah.
Person B does not. Person A takes the test 20 times.
Yeah.
And gets a 34.
Yeah.
Person B can only take it once, and he gets 25.
Yeah.
But person A.
Are you about to make the point that like having money is unfair? Like we know this. Like
Yeah, but it's
we've
just
been
another. But it's just another example. Person A like got a 8 on their first attempt.
Yeah.
But because they took it a million fucking times.
Yeah.
They're smarter.
And that's exactly what it is for me. I do not boast my final score,
No,
my
that's not even
highest
what I'm
score,
saying.
as something that like I studied really hard for.
That's not even
I
what I'm
took the
saying.
test a lot.
Yeah.
That just made it easy.
Yeah.
Because I knew like different strats.
Yeah.
Like you can cut your time in half. Your test booklet, just circle your letters like it's ABCD. The whole test is ABCD. You just circle that in the test booklet, and then when you're done with your section in your booklet, you go back to page 1, and then you bubble everything in at once. You do not go, 1 is B, bubble. 2 is
Oh, I
A,
see.
bubble. Going back and forth literally takes so much time. I cut my time in half by just filling it out in the book and then bubbling all at once. And then you can go back and double check everything, which is a luxury that not many can afford in a timed environment.
Yeah.
So,
So you just learned all the ins and outs.
I learned
the test.
how to take a test. I did not get smarter. I learned
Right.
how to take a test. I can't stress how
Man,
like
that is just so
wrong
broken.
that is.
That's so broken.
That's so broken.
Yeah. There's a critique on the educational
I
system.
crawled
not
up.
on-
I did crawl up. I started at like 18 and then it was like 20 and then it was like 22, 25, big jump there.
Yeah.
And then by the time I was reaching like the time when it mattered, like I was reaching like junior year of high school, I got like a 29.
That's pretty.
I had
good.
gotten like 28, 29,
Yeah.
29. Like I couldn't
Get that,
break 30.
that 30.
I couldn't break 30. Top score is 36.
Yep.
I couldn't break 30. But then I got diagnosed with ADHD and I got medication for ADHD.
You got a 36.
And I got a 32. I got a 32 and I did get a 36 in the English portion. I did not miss a question.
That feels wrong.
It is. It
But I
feels
can't-
wrong because it is.
I can't even figure out like why it's wrong because there's a lot of facets there.
There are so many facets. There are a million facets. And the reason it's unfair is because it is. It's a standardized test, and my story is one story out of the
Right.
millions that take
Yeah.
this test every year. Everyone has different scenario in, whether or not they can study at home or at a library or study at all.
So do you know why I didn't take it?
Why? Because you said you had made
Yes.
the decision not to go to college at this
The
point.
college thing was my. I told them I don't want to take it because I'm not going to college.
Yeah.
I was dating a girl at the time.
Okay.
She was smarter than me.
Okay.
I did not want that to be proven.
Every person I've ever dated has been smarter than me.
Almost. There's one. But yeah, no, she was like.
Are you saying that for yourself? I
Yes,
was like,
there's-
you don't know any of my exes.
no, there was one girl I dated that was not smarter than me.
Okay.
I think it depends because there's different.
I just don't see myself as a very smart man.
me either.
I think I'm a learned man. I've seen some things, but like in terms
Yeah,
of just
no.
like knowing.
No, I'm
Yeah.
not there.
Yeah.
I'm not. I like. I hate the book smart smart narrative because I think it's stupid.
Yeah.
I'm book smart. I'm street smart. But like, I'm just not book smart. I'm just not. I don't learn
Yeah.
things. Things don't retain very well. But like as far as like learning how to act in the world,
Yeah.
is very easy to me.
Yes. I'm the same way, and
Yeah.
it could be the extrovert thing.
Probably.
Some people, those lessons aren't easy to learn because
Yeah.
they're not comfortable in the environment in which you learn them. And I
Yeah.
think that's the exact reason that we're not good with book learning is because
You're alone.
we're uncomfortable in the environment
Yeah.
in which you do that learning.
Yeah.
Sitting down and like reading something is not something my ADHD approves
I
of.
want to die.
Yeah.
I'm so bored.
Unless I'm passionate about it, in which case I'm able to use the ADHD superpower, hyperfixation, and I can hyperfixate on something
can
and
learn
wear it as a
something really
tattoo
fucking
forever.
fast.
So like I'm the kid that's just like, ooh, space.
Yeah.
That's my whole steez. But we decide that I'm going to go on Vyvanse. It's 40. We end on 40 milligrams. That's exactly what I needed. It's what I took for 5 years. I just had a doctor's appointment because here's how it works. Because it's an abused substance and a lot of people take it as just a drug. I have to get pretty much a note from my doctor anytime I need to refill a prescription. It comes with 0 refills, and if I need it refilled, then I need to ask my doctor, and my doctor calls the pharmacy and they're like, 1 more, please. Thing is, if I don't do that and any amount of time goes by, let's say half a month, 2 weeks go by, right? If I call my doctor and I'm like, hey, I need a refill, he'll go, hey, I need to see you. because it's an abuse.
I'm glad that he has to do that.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Here's why I'm not. I get why, but here's the thing. I have ADHD. That can show itself as many different things for anyone that has it, because there really is a spectrum of how it affects you. And my therapist and doctor have let me know that I'm on the very much fucked side.
Yeah.
I think that's the term they used. So,
well, Jim, it appears that your files say you're fucked.
You're fucked. Your tests have come back and it's conclusive. You are fucked,
You're fucked.
dude. So the biggest symptom that I have is called executive dysfunction. And executive dysfunction presents itself as not being able to do things. So I know it needs to be done and I want it to be done. And the example I always use is dishes. Like, let's say you have a meal and you have your silverware, your plate, and your cup, and you put it next to the sink. And in that exact moment, you go, well, I could spend like 5 minutes and just like rinse this off. Like, it's never going to be easier to clean than in this moment right now. But it's like, my bed's there. Yeah. Like, I could just go like watch YouTube. Yeah. It's so unfairly close to being what other people would call lazy. But it's not that I can and I'm not. It's that I literally can't. It is a chemical imbalance in the way that my brain gives me the just the thing for want. What is that? When you desire to do something?
No.
Gratification.
It's a
dopamine. It's a dopamine response. Yeah. It is the reward to what you're doing. Yeah. So my reward is clean dishes. Do I want that? No. I don't care.
Okay, yeah.
I want to be on my bed watching something more than I want that, so I physically can't do it. Yeah. My brain won't let me. Yeah. And that's soul crushing. It really is, because the back to this dishes kind of description. You see it the next day and you're like, well, I can do that now. There's always something that you want to do more. Right. And 9 times out of 10, it's dumb shit. It's, I want to watch TV. I want to lie down. I want to take a nap. I want to play a video game. It's never, I want to do the life maintenance. You know, it's not, oh, I want to brush my teeth right now. Oh, I want to clean my bathroom. Oh, I want to do the dishes. You never want to do those things. You just kind of have to. And for a person without ADHD, that has to goes, okay, I'll take 30 minutes to just do this real quick, and then it's done. That's such a task. Yeah. That's such a monumental task that I can't put it into words, but it really is soul crushing. And it puts me into like deep pits of depression, and it's awful. Well, here's the thing. I run out of my meds 2 weeks later. I'd have to go to the doctor's office. Well, I don't want to go to the doctor's office. I want to play a video game. Yeah. I want to watch TV. I don't want to go to the doctor's office because I have to fucking call the doctor, schedule the appointment, make sure I'm not working that day, go. There's so much. Like, it sounds stupid that I'm saying it and breaking it down in this way, but to the mind that is riddled with ADHD, all of these are their own tasks, and I have to do all of them. Yeah. Have you ever heard of spoon theory? No. Okay, so spoon theory is, I don't know why it's spoons. Okay. They use spoons.
Could be anything.
But it could be anything. I see more worth in making it, I don't know, dollars. Ooh. Or even points. Just call it points.
What about giant cocks?
Sure, giant cocks.
Great, let's use that.
When you wake up in the morning, you have 20. Sorry. You wake up in the morning with 20 giant cocks.
Great.
Showering takes 2.
Sorry. Wow.
Brushing your teeth.
I'm 5 years old.
Brushing your teeth takes 1.
Yes.
Now here's where it gets to be an issue. Going to get McDonald's takes 1. Cooking your own meal takes 5. Going to work takes 5. You know, and it's just how you manage your spoons. That's the thing is.
You're what?
You're giant cocks. Sorry. That's how you.
You can say spoons. I'm sorry.
It's how you handle all those giant cocks.
I'm a moron. Please say spoons.
Okay, so but You hear how I'm saying it. You
Yeah.
could definitely say points. I don't know why they say spoons. But
I think
it's,
dollars would be best.
because it's value. You want to give these things
Yeah.
value, and a spoon doesn't
No,
have
but
value.
I see what you mean by points. Points are good too. Points
Yeah.
are really good.
But I'm
Yeah,
going to use
very weird
spoons.
spoons.
I'm going to use spoons because that's what it is. If you want to look up what I'm saying, look up spoon theory.
Just say point. Just say points.
Just say points. So it costs like 5 spoons to make your own meal, 5 spoons to go to work. It takes.
It's not making sense in my brain. Please say points.
Okay, I'll say points.
Spoons just doesn't make sense.
You
to
wake
me.
up, you have 20 points.
Okay.
Every morning when you wake up, you have 20 points.
It's like
They
a Fallout-
refresh every
it's
day.
like- it's like a Fallout game. You gotta put your
Your AP.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, no, your
Your skill points.
your skill
Your
points.
skill points.
Yeah, but it's like task points.
Yeah.
That makes my brain go ooh.
So you wake up with 20 task points.
Yes.
And it takes like 2 to shower, 1 to brush your teeth, 5 to make your own meal, but only 1 to go to McDonald's.
I'm literally already down to 8 or down to 12. I'm down 8.
Do you have to go to work?
Yeah.
There's 5.
Oh, there's so little.
Okay, so here's the deal.
You have like 6.
I wake up with 10.
Yeah.
And I have to do all these things, and I go into a negative. And what that does is it means that I don't get good rest because I'm so overworked that tomorrow I don't wake up with 10, I wake up with 8.
Yeah.
And it goes on and on and on, and eventually you get to just having none.
Yeah.
Your hands are empty, you're out of spoons, you're out of points. And this is really, it's been the pattern for me. Once before in my 5-year journey of being on meds, have I taken such a prolonged break. I took about a year gap because I could not work up the need to like, I need to clean my fucking house. I need to.
Are you not able to get a refill before it's out?
You like 2 or 3 days, maybe.
So why don't you do the tasks while you're on it? Like set up the appointment.
That's what you do. That's the goal. That's what you would do.
Gotcha.
But on these rare occasions,
I see. The second it happens, it's like, fuck.
10 months ago, I forget what happened. Something happened and I just fell off the schedule. You do it once.
Yeah.
And this happens. You go 10 months. One mistake happens, you're just busy that week and 10 months go by.
Yeah.
So it's very crushing, but it gets to this point where you've run out of spoons entirely. You're fucked. And you build the courage. It gets to a point where you're able to overcome it because of there's just no other choice. It's like the things that you want to do are either so miserable that you just don't want to do them, or you're unable to do them because of the state you found yourself in. So like my house got incredibly messy. So it got so bad. It got so bad that I'm like, I need to get back to the doctor. And after 10 months, I finally called. I went. And he was like, and this is totally normal for medicinal therapy, is, hey, it's been a couple years.
How you doing?
Let's talk about either changing dosage or changing meds, because there's a thing where you get used to medication.
Yeah, of course.
And it works less. So we changed my medication. I'm no longer on Vyvanse after like 5 years.
Wow.
I am on Adderall.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I'm on currently 10 milligrams.
You're on it?
Right now, no.
It's prescribed to you.
I will never take it on recording days. It takes my funny away.
Oh, you get really heady.
I would just, here's the thing. I like that our show is very, to quote the title of another podcast, we're distractible.
Yeah.
We'll go off on these branches, and I think that's very true to what the show is. I think we need to be able to talk about 40 things in one episode.
Yeah.
And I can't do that when I'm on my
If
medication.
you're on your medication, I'd say one tangent thing, and you'd be like, right. But anyway.
We would,
Yeah.
no, like you'd say one tangent thing, and I'd spend an hour talking about your tangent, and I would never go back to the original thing.
I see.
Yeah. So, I don't want to take it on recording days.
That's fair.
But I'm on like 10 milligrams of it, and
Does it take any points? Here's a
to take it,
yeah.
No.
Neat.
but you can just forget to do it.
Sure.
Like I have it right by my bedside, and right now I even have it in my pocket because
then
I'm
you
going to
lose.
take it about half an hour before we leave because I have things I need to do later today.
And then, but if you forget to take it, you lose 10 points.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, I'm on Vyvanse. Nope, I'm on Adderall now. It's Adderall XR, which just means extended release. It
Sick.
lasts me all day. I think actual Adderall is more of like a short burst thing.
So it's less effect for a longer time, or
I
is it
bel-
the same effect for a longer time?
I would want to say less, but 10 milligrams has been treating me well. I do believe it's stronger than Vyvanse is. So this is like the 20.
Are you comfortable answering the question, do you find it addictive? I know you obviously need it, but do you find it addictive? Because there's a difference.
So I'm comfortable with saying this. I
don't say that in an intervention type of way.
No.
Yeah.
You're good. No, I don't find it addictive. Because it's something that I quite literally require to function as a normal human being functions. I'm not like, oh, I need it. Oh, I want it.
Yeah.
Like the fact that I can wake up and literally forget to take it is just testament to the fact that it's I don't crave it. I don't itch for it, but it's just like I need to take this. I need to do that. And I'd fallen into a rut that me and Merlin were talking about where I was just taking it before work. And that was so not beneficial to me because I don't need to focus and like feel good when doing their work.
Yeah.
I need to be able to do that for me.
Yeah.
So I need to take it first thing in the morning.
Because your work is more...
My work is
physical.
mindless.
Yeah, it's very physical. You're just moving shit.
I've done my job very well for 10 months. I will brag about that. I've done my job quite well for 10 months without ever having it because that isn't the kind of job where I require that kind of attention.
Right.
I need the attention at home so that I can be like, let's... do you have any pictures of the house right now? The house looks good. We completely rearranged everything, bought a bunch of new decorations.
Congrats, y'all.
It was fixing the issue and not the root cause. And also just the way that we've lived in our apartment is with the mentality that I have a good credit score and I make okay money. So, once we do paperwork here and there, in season 2, I talked about being on the housing market. I'm still there. It's just the housing market is what it is right now.
You might just want to wait. It's so bad right now. It's so inflated.
We've decided to wait a little bit.
The right way to go. But the second you buy it, it's gonna like tank in value, and then it's like fuck.
But when you move into an apartment with the mentality that you're just gonna move eventually, you kind of skip a very important step in your. You have a hair in your mouth? You can get that.
I thought I got it, but I just swallowed it.
But you forget to do something very important when you move into an apartment thinking that you'll be moving within a year, which is you don't make it home. You make it a living space.
You make it, I sleep here.
So we've lived in the apartment that we've lived in for, just about 2 years, if not maybe a little more. And it has never once been home. Yeah. It's just been where I slept and played video games and ate.
Yeah, that's hard.
Yeah, and I never knew how miserable that felt until literally like a week ago when we moved all of the stuff, and even without having put up the decorations at that point, I was like, oh, this feels good. And then we put up the decorations, and it looks so lovely, and it's warm in there, and we put more lighting in there. You remember the lighting situation in my house?
We bought lamps.
Hey, none of my overheads work. Everything that you should be able to flip a switch and have something come on, none of that works. I only operate with lamps. But my rent's real cheap.
we honestly have to do pretty much the same thing. We just have, because there are no overheads.
Oh really?
Like our bedrooms don't have overheads.
That's so weird.
It's very weird. We walked in and we were like, flip. Oh, we just had, that goes to a electrical outlet that you plug lamps in.
Oh, that's so weird.
It is weird, but it's kind of cool. So
I vibe with it. It's just weird.
So the one that it flips to is right behind where the bed goes.
Yeah.
Which is like, why would you do that?
Yeah.
So we had to do we had to put a oh my gosh, surge protector.
Yeah.
And then an extension cord from the surge protector to get the lamp on my side, and then plug hers into the surge protector on her side.
Yeah.
And now you flip it on and both lamps turn on.
That's awesome.
It's pretty cool. Yeah. But and then out in the living room, same sitch. The only overhead lighting is in the kitchen, which it's not really. It's like it's a kitchen, but it's like you'll have to come over to see my apartment sometime. But yeah, it's a lot of more apartments are doing no overheads.
I've never been to anywhere you lived.
No, you haven't.
I've never been to your home.
Never.
Ever.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because not even in Rocky Mount.
Nope.
Not once.
That's crazy.
Wow, that is crazy.
That is weird.
I'm easily in my favorite place that I've ever lived right now.
I can now say the same.
That's awesome.
But now, after 2 weekends.
Because it changes when you put up all that
straight
stuff.
Work. Yeah, it does. And it's been like 2 full weekends of just work. And it's been hard, but like, feels good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah. So no, I don't think it's addictive to me. I'm not going to, if you're my doctor, stop watching this right now. I have abused it in a sense. I've taken 2 at once.
Yeah.
And I only did that because in my own mind, I kind of just like needed it. I'm talking like I have a essay that is due in like a week or two, and my professor wants to check my progress tomorrow, and I've only written like 3 paragraphs, and I need to crank out like 4 pages tonight. So there was one time I stayed on campus, and I was a digital media major, which meant that my student ID was able to unlock a building, the Digital Media Center, that had a shit ton of computers in it, and it was open 24/7. So you had a lot of these students that would like just pull all-nighters and work at night because that's what they were more comfortable with doing. And I went in there and I just popped 2, and I worked. And I passed out at like 7 in the morning, and then woke up for my 8 o'clock class and went over. And he said he really loved the paper.
Hey.
I'm so sad. There are 2 projects that I had in my 1 semester of college that I'm really sad I didn't stay to see graded. I still don't regret leaving when I did. Like a lot of people tell me the most out there thing is, well, you didn't get those credits. Like you went for a week short of a semester. You just lost out on all those credits that you needed. Yeah. And I was like, well, I don't plan on getting a degree, so I don't know why I need credits.
But you never know.
If I go back?
If you go back.
Well, I
already
was taking English too. I was already taking sophomore English because, if you score high enough on your ACT, you get to skip a year.
That's pretty dope.
And I had a perfect score on the English section, so I was taking like sophomore college English my first year.
Y'all, just take the ACT a shitload of times, and then you're going to make that money back on tuition costs. Whatever money you spend on the ACT.
You broke the fucking system.
Yeah.
You can skip, if you score high enough to skip all your like core classes,
that's covering books, that's covering tuition costs. That's huge.
If it's only like $30 or $40 for the ACT, then...
Dude, take it 50 times.
Yeah. And you'll still be spending less than if you had to spend an entire extra year on your gen eds.
I'm sure someone's done that before. Like, just...
I've never thought about it before right now. It's a smart idea.
Hey, thanks. They must have something.
You'll still have to take the same number of courses, but you can focus more on what you want to do and less on those gen eds, which is stupid. I don't think gen eds should be part of university.
Agreed.
Those should end in high school.
Agreed.
Anyway,
how are we not learning enough in 15 years of schooling?
Not in England.
In England, it's just you take what you went there for.
If you passed it in high school.
Right. Yeah. No, that's how it should fucking be. How are we going to? Would you say you get like a really good education for 6 years? From like 7th through 12th grade. You get a solid a solid education enough to, as far as your gen eds go. Because everything before 7th grade is very like learn basics, and then from 7th grade on, in my opinion, or in my experience, was very much like now you're learning like things that you'll need to do for adulthood, things for in the future. I know we're not learning things for adulthood, but like, or we're learning things for adulthood, but not the important stuff. Would you say that the general education is more found in 7th through 12th? I'd say basic education.
No. 7th through 12th is where it's important.
Yeah,
and,
I think that should be your general education.
We still learn too much.
Big time.
Algebra is not needed.
No.
Foundations of math, yes, teach that in high school.
Yes.
Foundations of geometry. And
I think algebra 1. I think algebra 1 is important.
Yes.
Learning how to solve an equation is really important.
Solving for X is incredibly important.
Very important.
Because you do that shit daily.
When you get into algebra 2, calculus, pre-cal...
you don't need trig or calc in high school.
No.
You do not.
You need geometry and you need algebra. That's it.
Agreed.
You need to know how to put together shapes and how to measure things.
It sucks that we're so stupid. Because we also have really good ideas and no one will ever listen to us.
Because
if they reform
20 minutes ago I said giant cocks instead of
If they reform education, it's not going to be because we made an excellent point about it. It's going to be because some guy who didn't say giant cocks 20 minutes ago is like, let's reform this shit. And they're like, wow. And it's like, we've been saying this for...
It's kind of wild how we can go from being like, say giant cocks instead of spoons.
So have you ever abused your medication?
Yeah, have you ever abused your medication? Also, let's critique the educational system.
This podcast is really all over the place, but it's not political, so...
That's true, it's not
We
political.
hit our mark.
Yep.
Hey, what time are we
at?
at? You don't know on the camera?
I got stomach bubbles. I can't tell if I'm hungry or if I have diarrhea. You know that feeling?
Yeah.
When your stomach is telling you there's a problem, but he's not being specific about it?
Mm-hmm. I know
I don't
exactly
like
what
that
you
shit.
mean.
I don't like that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I'm getting stomach bubbles. My stomach's like, you're gonna have to do some guesswork, buddy. You gotta run to one of two places: go to the car and grab a snack, or go to the bathroom now.
Let
And
me
I'm gonna do neither, so we'll see what happens.
let's see here. I have first off 2 emails. That's cool.
Oh, sick, dude. Read them off right now.
Um, one of them is from Patreon, and it's like, hey, creators swear by these tips for growth. Why am I on your mailing list? And then the other is from my local theater, and it's like, please come volunteer. Jesus Christ, please.
I assume you get one of those like once a week.
Yep. That's always what it is.
You know I don't get those? Do you know why?
Why?
No longer active. The theater company and group that I did theater with is no longer active.
Wow.
They once Nell left, they shut it down. Activate does not.
Wait a minute.
Activate doesn't exist anymore.
What?
Activate does not exist anymore. It's not real. They cut it like
Oh yeah, Danelle.
she went to Florida.
Really? Wait, she moved to Florida?
She got a job at a conservatory in Florida where she teaches like professional acting to kids.
She should.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
I learned more in that
she was
one
way,
month.
Yeah, she was way too big for what we were doing.
I learned more in that 1 month than I learned from like years of both community theater and high school.
I
theater.
learned college level acting in 9th grade.
Yeah.
She brought out textbooks, and I learned Stanislavski, all of it. Not all of it, but a lot of it.
Yeah.
And then applied it to monologues and stuff.
The methods of like note taking and like character depth and just research that I learned during literally 1 month in the summer of me being 17 years old was pretty much the most like regimented and helpful thing that I ever did as an actor.
She was an incredible director.
Yeah.
There's a reason why once I did a show with her, I was like, cool, I'm never stopping. And I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then on the other side of that coin, it's like also I'm not going to pursue this anymore. Like we both ended. We both at one point thought we were going to do this with our lives, and then have both kind of made the decision that it's like maybe not, maybe not. But because I'm happy with that. I'm happy with what I did that
Me
summer.
too.
I'm happy with learning what I did, and I just don't think that I could get more out of it.
Well, also, like, low-key, fuck the industry. I hate that industry.
Yeah.
The industry of film and theater is fucked to high heaven. It is so broken.
Yeah.
As somebody who has a wife who's in it and like learning the ins and outs and like being a part of, like, it's
Look at this guy. He has a wife.
it's broken.
Yeah.
It's like they're still operating on shit that they were doing to like women in the 30s and 40s.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
50s.
yeah.
Like they treat women like crap.
Mm-hmm.
And it's crazy that community especially is doing so.
Mm-hmm.
It's so messed up.
Yeah.
And then there's a lot of like weight shaming and like, oh, if you don't look a certain way, then you can't do this. And if you like, they still operate on all those old ways of casting. And like, sometimes it's sometimes it's valid. Sometimes there's a character description.
Yeah.
But also sometimes there's not, and they just have a predisposed opinion, and it's rough, dude. It's
also,
rough.
in my own opinion, I think that both like television, film, and theater have all gotten to a point where it's like for money. So
exactly
nothing's fun anymore.
Nope.
Everything's written to be a hit. And not everything should be written to be a hit. Some things should just be written because you really want to write them.
Yeah.
And you just don't
it's supposed
see.
to be art.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there are still some of those films that come out.
Absolutely. But it's all independent. A lot of it's independent work.
It has to be independent work. If you're going to do it for passion because you want to do it, it's independent work. If you know the name of the studio, expect the film to lack life.
And expect to have already seen that film 20 times in a different font.
Yeah, it's just a different... They changed the names in the script and,
Yeah. Carbon copy.
Anyway.
Yeah, so that is the main reason I got out.
Yeah.
And it sucks because it looks like I just failed.
Mm-hmm.
Like I auditioned for maybe 4 movies and didn't even get called back for one of them, and it looks like I just went, fuck this.
I'd probably still be in musical theater if I had a schedule that allowed me to, but because I work 10 p.m. to 7 a.m., I just can't stay at rehearsals past 10 p.m. And by the time Tech Week rolls around, that's a real issue.
It's impossible.
Tech Week takes you to midnight sometimes.
Sure
and
does.
3 a.m. other times.
Yeah.
We've been there.
Yeah.
So,
Good times. But yeah, anyway, no, Activate is no longer.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
So I can't get, like, because I wanted to volunteer for Activate.
Yeah.
For the longest time, and
that blows. I would have interned.
Oh, dude, it's a
Dude,
blast.
we would have destroyed her mental health.
Yeah,
We
it's
would
true.
have ruined that woman.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think she would have allowed us. I think she's like, I love you all, and I'll give you comp tickets, but
Yeah.
just don't
Can't do it.
fucking step foot.
Cannot do it. Do you know what she did for me? And it was really sweet. And
What?
I really fucked it up.
What?
She gave me the opportunity to. They were doing a Midsummer Night Stream,
Yeah.
and in that there's a song that has to get done. Like
Yeah.
you play a song.
Yeah.
And like you can't have the kids do instruments because that just rarely works on stage.
Yeah.
We did it once for As You Like It, and it was not great.
Okay.
But she was like, Christian, can you write it
Mm-hmm.
and produce it?
Yeah.
I said, sure.
Very sweet. Very cool.
Yeah. I did not have Pro Tools at the time.
Yeah.
I was just interested in music.
Oh, wow.
So your boy got on GarageBand.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta.
You gotta.
There have been some hits written in GarageBand.
And it was bad. It
Really?
was really bad.
Really?
It was brutal.
Is that like the self, like I made this art lens, or is that like a...
No, I heard comments.
Okay.
Yeah, there were comments. People were like, oh, you wrote that. Okay. Okay. And then I heard that like
Wait, did you say this was Midsummer's or As You Like It?
Midsummer Night's Dream.
Okay. Midsummer. Is the song supposed to be pretty good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's supposed to be it is the fairies sing it for Oberon,
Okay.
the king of the fairies.
Ah.
And
Ah.
my God, it was bad.
Yeah.
It was just bad. So, and apparently they had trouble with it
Mm-hmm.
because she was like, "These kids are young. You need to make it simple." And I was like, "I can do that." And I thought I made it really fucking simple.
Yeah.
And they were like, they couldn't get it.
Mm-hmm.
And not because I'm not saying that as like it was too complicated. It was just too like weird, I guess.
Yeah.
And non-musical.
Mm-hmm.
It was just bad, man. So I felt bad about that. I was never asked to help with anything with Activate ever again.
I've definitely stretched my neck out and done some things that
Yeah.
it's like I definitely shouldn't have,
That-
but
yeah.
I learned a thing or two.
Yeah.
I have costumed an entire show.
Oh, that's hard.
Uh,
That's really hard to
with almost no. No, that's not true.
Little experience.
I had a good bit of experience. Someone that I did community theater with, her name's Camille. She costumed just about every show around that time. So, and I was in a relationship with her at the time, so I was always in the costume shop, and it just became a thing where it's like I know how to sew really well. And
Were you in charge of design as well?
for that? Yeah.
Had you had any experience with design?
Very little.
Less
Less than I
than-
did making things. So like, I helped costume like Les Mis. Like there are like
Sick.
yeah, like I have a lot of experience that I'm very thankful for, and really helped me grow in that aspect.
Yeah.
But it got to the reason I did the show is because it was a nice entry level. Like it was a
Yeah.
kids show.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
Charlotte's Web.
Oh, wonderful.
And
That's
y-
pretty simple.
You know, it's a bunch of kids on stage. So
Yeah.
like it was all
Doesn't need to be extravagant.
colored T-shirts.
Yeah.
It was hats.
Love
like
it.
ball caps.
Love it.
So like the
love
ducks would get like a white with an orange bill.
That's great.
And Wilbur's, like they all had ears on them for the
Yeah.
little, it's just foam
No,
and
I
hot
fuck
glue,
with that.
man.
That's so fun.
Yeah, and it did work, but the one thing is that like no one was wearing their own pants. Like for every person I
Oh,
had on
you had
that
to.
stage, I took the measurements and crafted their pants.
That's a lot.
Yeah, so like I had never costumed a show, and I had to make like 25 pairs of pants for different sized people, all of them completely unique.
There's something beautiful about a show that does their own.
Yeah.
Not does their own costumes, but like, hey, bring your shit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Some things were brought, like of course
Right.
all tights and like
Yeah.
almost all shoes, but like all the hats were either thrifted or bought wholesale. All
I
the
love that.
T-shirts were thrifted or bought wholesale.
that's great.
And then the pants were just made by Jim. And I will shout out my mom for helping. It was one of those things where it's like it's so much work that like we
Yeah.
had to bring it home.
Yeah.
So like at some point, You know, like you walk into the Altman household and there's just like patterns for pants laid over fabric on the table.
Yeah.
And it's just laid like all over the house. Like it was a whole thing, and I'm very thankful that she helped me with that. But
That's awesome.
it was cool, and I just was not ready for it. But I did it, and it taught me a thing or two, and I probably wouldn't do it again. But I enjoyed doing it the first time, so
Yeah.
so
There are
I
things
can
you
walk away from it.
There are plenty of things that you can enjoy and be like, oh, that was a blast. I will never fucking do that ever again in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah. That happens all the time.
Yeah. And we want to go ahead and say a thank you to today's sponsor, which actually, hey, hear me out, isn't Audible. Today we are sponsored by something very special, and that is Phantasma Workshop. We talked a little bit about Phantasma Workshop in Season 2, and we are very excited to be partnered with them now. Phantasma Workshop is I want to call it a scent shop, because they have a whole selection of stuff. They have some candles. Today we have, I think, Velveteen Vampire, and we have the candle Ocean Entity, kind of Cthulhu-ish. And then we have a room spray, because we're not allowed to light candles in here. You'll notice we have the candle on set. It is not lit, but we have the room spray that we've made the room smell amazing with. And if you can see it on camera, I apologize that I've dropped it and the sprayer's gone, but I promise it still works and it smells amazing. And everything is very kind of like ghoulish or like grim based. Like there's just cemetery scents, and it's all very fun. I believe that they have wax melts, they have linen sprays, room sprays, candles. Like I said, it is a scent shop. I don't know if she does soap, but I should tell her to do so.
I just took a fat, nasty shit, so I need something to smell good right now. Jim, do you have anything that smells good?
Smell this room spray.
Ooh, room spray.
I dropped it, and the squeezy thing isn't there.
Wow, it definitely smells better than a big steamy shit.
It's a friend of the show. Her name's Chloe. She's great, and she runs this company off Etsy. Link is in the description and on screen. And if you use code ABP20, I bet you can guess how much you're going to go ahead and save, which is 20%, which is unreal. That's unreal. 20%, that's a fifth of the cost. Boom. What, you're worried about taxes? That pretty much cuts it off. You don't got to deal with that. So if you want to go ahead and make your room smell nice and support Chloe for us, then we're not getting anything off this. We don't make money off Chloe, but it does help her shop out.
We don't make a cent off of it. However,
wow, this is awesome.
with enough support, we will make a cent out of it.
Yeah. We don't make a cent off it, we'll make a cent out of it.
Should we start a marketing firm?
And if she gets enough orders, I want to say 10. 10 orders. If Phantasma Workshop gets 10 orders, we're going to talk about an ABP scent, okay? We'll be in talks with Chloe, and we'll talk about like an ABP candle or an ABP room spray. And I promise it won't smell like ass. Because, gosh, there's really just not a better scent for us than a really bad smelling thing. But we'll make it really nice. We'll talk to you guys. If you guys go ahead, go out there, use ABP20, order it, and then we can talk about the scent in the description. Say what you think ABP should smell like. And you can be jokey about it. I want you to be jokey about it. What's the ABP scent? And we'll talk to Chloe, and if we get 10 orders with code ABP20, Phantasma Workshop will work with that. But thank you for partnering with us on today's episode, and y'all go smell good. Thank you all so much for watching it. Did you want to do it this time? Did you want to go ahead and just take that and just from the top, but the bottom, because it's the end of the show? Do you want to take it from the bottom?
I guess it is the bottom.
Yeah. We're at bottom of the ninth.
I do it all the
Welcome
time.
back.
You do it this time.
You know what?
We'll just shake it up.
Ooh, I'm a little unpracticed, but thank you all so much. You can if you
Go ahead.
Same time?
No.
Okay. Thank you all. Thank you all so much for watching and listening, and we hope that you enjoyed today's episode. Definitely come back and check us out next week, and go support our sponsors today. That's Phantasma Workshop. Love them. Also, some quick shout-outs. 353 Studios, thanks for letting us back in the building. That's very kind of you after what we did last time. We didn't do anything last time. No, that was a joke.
Did you do something after I left?
No. And also thank you to our producers, Salty Sloth. Go check out their website in the episode description and our page on that website. We have some cool stuff over there. If you want these episodes without that damn ad, then definitely go check us out on Patreon. We have some extra stuff there. These episodes are not only without ad, but also we leave a lot more stuff in these episodes, and those are getting uploaded weekly. The Polaroid picture is not up yet, but I think we're gonna go ahead and do that. We're just not having people join. People need to join if people want to see it.
Naked body.
Yeah, you gotta. And it's not entirely naked. There's a pizza there. But go check.
Big slice of pizza.
Go check us out on Patreon. And other than that, thank you to absolutely everyone. Love you, and we'll see you next week.
Love y'all. See you next week.
Goodbye.
Bye. My dentist? My dentist?